2024 has been the year of the CMF series. It was kicked off with Series 25 and followed up by the incredible Space series earlier this year. But now, LEGO are out to end the year with a bang with what is undoubtedly the best ever CMF series. Welcome back to Talking Brickheads. Let's review it. This final series of 2024 is based on the very popular tabletop game Dungeons & Dragons. As with most CMF series, there are 12 to collect, and they retail for £3.50 or €5 and dollars. Today is release day, and I'm so excited to be doing a review for you guys. Fun fact, this is actually the first ever review for my channel. And talking about the channel, I just want to say a really quick thank you to everyone. You've helped me reach my 120 subscriber goal well before my birthday, so I really appreciate your support. But for now, let's get into these minifigures. So I'm going to go through the series in alphabetical order, and that starts us with the Aarakocra Ranger. This one feels a little bit like a Chima throwback, and I'm kind of here for it. The White Eagle headpiece is one of many specialized molds made for this series, and it looks great. I really like how the wing element is one solid piece that goes around the neck rather than what we've seen in the past for like the Harpy from Series 25, for example, with the sort of buildable backpack wing thing. I think the printing is okay here, nothing really that special or amazing, and we of course get the beast legs again with some printing. Accessories wise, it's a puppy and one of the new bow elements. Next up is the Dragonborn Paladin, and oh boy, if this isn't going to be the most sought after of the lot. Spoiler, I already have 3 of them. But let's start again with the head mold, because while it isn't a new mold, and we saw it earlier this year in the D&D set, it is a recolor, and I really like this color. I love the printing of above the eyes and just in general. But the real draw for this one has to be this brand new armor piece. I can already see this being super useful for medieval or fantasy mockers, and it looks insane. The printing on it is great, and look at those shoulder pads. I mean, really, really good. I like the new shield print as well, and the mace accessory is really well done with this pearlescent trans top part. The Paladin's printing all over is amazing, and it's actually a bit of a shame that although this armor piece is great, it covers the back and front of the torso print, which is done so beautifully. This has to be a contender or even just a sure winner for my favourite model from this series. The Dwarf Barbarian is the first customizable figure from this wave. So something really unique about this CMF series is that we're not just going to get an alternative face print, but some are actually getting entirely alternate heads. This is to do with the customization that you can achieve with some of the characters, and I'm going to talk about that properly later on. But for now, this figure itself at first glance seems like nothing special, but it has a game changer element in this new axe piece, which has been specialized for double-headed axes. So thankfully, gone are the days where you have a wonky looking axe, and the effect that they give off is seriously just really good. They've given the dwarf smaller legs, befittingly, and the printing is okay, but the axe head alone makes this one a must-have. And here's a look at that alternate head, and that's the male head. Following on from that, we have the Elf Bard. This is a fun inclusion for me in this series as sort of like a comic relief. I love the colourful tones that they've taken with the Bard, and it's great to have teal in a series as it's pretty uncommon to find. And the pink scarf and gloves look great. The lyre instrument looks really nice in this new printing, and there's a bit of torso and leg printing. As with the dwarf, this is a look at the alternate head, this time being the female, and I really love her metallic blue lipstick. I think this is a really nice touch. The Gith Warlock has one of the more fantasy-esque looks in the series, and while the yellow that LEGO chose to go with for the skin essentially makes this look like a standard minifigure, I can look past it with the printing and hairpiece here. The torso and leg printing is worth a special mention with the stones and continuous patterning. It just looks really nice. I like the staff with the eyeball on the top. The eyeball is a really kind of detailed version. But I think the figure could have done with something extra just to zhuzh it up a little bit. But don't ask me what, because I can't think what to add. Again, we have an alternate female head here to look at. Now, as another one of my favourites from this series, the Halfling Druid has one of the most unique custom molds I've seen from LEGO, with this crown of antlers hood in dark green. The antlers are actually made of that sort of rubbery texture rather than the solid plastic, but it really suits this well. The torso printing here is amazing. The details are great. There's this bone necklace and little pouches. And I really like the druid's cape. It's got a deep green on the back and then brown on the front in this jewel tone. And it's got rugged edges which just add to that sort of natural feeling. The accessories really round out the nature-derived powers of the druid, with a staff topped by flowers and they're holding a small bird. Again, it's one of the customizable figures, so here is the alternate head. Another of my favourites is Lady of Pain. Now, the Lady of Pain, when the unconfirmed images of this series leaked months ago, was one of the first to catch my eye. That headpiece, I mean, just look at the detail. To me, it looks as if the Statue of Liberty woke up one day and decided she was done liberating and was more into inflicting untold suffering. I think the torso and dress printing is really good, and this cape is really unique. It's like 4 ribbons. They also give her a transparent 2x2 round brick to give the illusion of levitation. Now, I wasn't sure if the fanned part of the headpiece was detachable in the pictures, and it turns out the whole thing is actually one piece, and there's just a plain black headpiece underneath. But still, what a minifigure. Another one that caught my eye was the Mind Flayer, and that's because it really reminded me of Zoidberg from Futurama. But there's just something so menacing about this minifigure, from its all black dress to its glowing yellow eyes. It really captures that villain aesthetic. But I have to say my favourite part is the accessory, because it's this little intelligent stealer, aka the Brain Dog, and it's just so funny and cute. Well done to whoever designed this mold, because it's my favourite thing I've seen in this series and probably from LEGO all year. Strad von Zarovich is every medieval LEGO fan's dream villain, because he has this like Bram Stoker vampire look, complete with a red-eyed black rat. The award for the most detailed printing, in my opinion, goes to Strad, and that's because there's just so much going on, especially in this torso print, with some really small details bringing a lot of life to this figure. It's hard to argue with me here, but I'm sure someone will. But yes, I think this is the best printing. I love the skin's grey shade and the print for the face, but the accessories beyond the rat are a little bit lackluster, with just a cup and a sword. It's also a shame though that the hairpiece kind of pushes into the cape and sort of deforms it a little, but it's bound to happen with a long hairpiece and a cape. Now, Saz Tam intrigues me because I suspect this one might become a bit of a sleeper fan favourite, mainly due to this incredible sculpt headpiece. The torso with the ribcage showing through also looks really cool, but the bottom dress part is a little bit plain, only a little bit of printing at the bottom. I really like the trans red skull accessory, and Saz also has the magic element in trans orange. A really good figure, but not much going on. So we come to the penultimate character, which is Tasha the Witch Queen, and I'm conflicted here, because while this hat hair combo from the Hocus Pocus set doesn't feel right, it doesn't really match this series, the rest of the figure is really good. The printing throughout is great, and I like the spellbook and cauldron accessories, because I love how they've been so creative with using the plume piece as the flames, and when you put it in, you actually just put it in the cauldron loosely, and the way it sits gives this sort of vertical flame effect. Now finally, rounding out this series, we have the Tiefling Sorcerer. This is another pretty cool one with some interesting parts like the orange tail and the horns poking through the hairpiece. I do like the torso printing here, and the red baby dragon is a great piece to be getting. But I will say the horns and the face are just slightly different shades, which kind of ruins this one for me. Now, we've been through all of the figures, and so like I mentioned earlier, because this is based on Dungeons & Dragons, the designers have given fans the ability to use these minifigures in their D&D games. Because roles like the Bard and the Sorcerer are not race specific in the game, what the designers have done is not only give us those alternate heads to choose your character's gender, but if you noticed, most of the heroes are actually wearing gloves. And that is, of course, to allow you to mix and match styles without having mismatched skin tones on the hands and face. So, if you want an elf druid, you got it. How about a dwarven warlock? A tiefling bard? Or even a griff sorcerer? Whatever you want to play as, you can. I love this feature, and it is just so amazing that the designers really thought about staying true to the spirit of Dungeons & Dragons. So that's everything. This is the final CMF series of the year, and what a way to end. This has to be the best CMF series of the year without a doubt, and quite possibly ever. There's just such a variety to be found in the characters and the parts, but they all feel like they come from the same world and super cohesive. I've been really excited to get my hands on these, and they haven't disappointed at all. If anything, they exceeded my already high expectations. So if you buy no other LEGO sets for the rest of this year, go out and get these before they're gone, because this will go down in LEGO history as one of the all-time greats. So which character was your favourite? Let me know in the comments below, and remember to like and subscribe for more content. See you next time, and happy building!